Hello friends, myself Manjushri Gunjagavkar from Rasikla Lem Dhariwal College of Pharmacy. Today in this video we are going to study in detail about the immunity. Here, after listening this video you will be able to understand the different types of immunity, then the storage requirement of the vaccines, what is national immunization schedule, and next we are going to cover in this topic is hospital acquired infection and how we are going to control it. You will be able to understand all these things after watching this video. So first we'll focus on immunity. So immunity is in simple terms defined as the power of the body to resist the effect of invasion of pathogen. So immunity is our internal power to resist the bacterial or any kind of the infection. There are different types of immunity like active immunity, then passive immunity, herd immunity. These are the different types of the immunities. So first we'll see what is mean by active immunity. Active immunity is developed after clinical or subclinical infection or by immunization. Here, the antibodies, that is immunoglobulin of five types, are produced as IgG, IgM, IgE, IgD, and IgA. Here, the Ig stands for immunoglobulin. The antibodies work to destroy antigen, and this is called as humoral immunity. The other type, cellular type active immunity, works mainly against Mycobacteria, Salmonella candida, and many viruses. Active immunity is long lasting as it is produced in the by host body, less expensive with least side effect, and is characterized by memory mechanism as compared to the passive immunity. Now, second type of immunity is passive immunity, where the antibodies produced in one body, either human or animal, are transferred to another to induce the protection against the disease. It is called as a passive immunity. Passive immunity is effective immediately as ready-made antibodies are given to the human. It is rapidly established and it is of very short duration. Third type of immunity is herd immunity. It is level of immunity or resistance of community or group of people to particular disease on background of past experience of disease. Herd immunity develops in the community because of immunization, infections, and subclinical infection. Now we are going to see what is the difference between active immunity and passive immunity. In active immunity, which is an individual develops as a result of an infection or specific immunization, that is antigen containing preparation, whereas in passive immunity, antibodies produced in one body are transferred to another to induce protection against disease. Active immunity develops slowly and remains for a longer duration, whereas passive immunity develops quickly and remains for a short period. This active immunity is produced actively by host immune system, whereas passive immunity received passively by the host by number of participation by host immune by no participation by host immune system. Active immunity, immunological memory is present. In case of passive immunity, immunological memory was absent. In active immunity, immunity produced by using biologicals like vaccine and toxoids. In case of passive immunity, immunity is provided by using antisera and immunoglobulin. Now next we are going to see about the cold chain system. The cold chains maintenance are necessary because on exposure to high temperature vaccine lose potency and their life is shortened. All the vaccines have different heat sensitivity. Oral polio vaccine is the most sensitive to heat. Next in order are measles, BCG, DPT, DT and TT vaccine. If the polio vaccines Our measles vaccines are to be stored for a longer period, as in the state or district storage center. It can be kept at a temperature below 0 degree centigrade or in the freezer compartment of the refrigerator, but it should not be repeatedly frozen and melted. Whereas DPT, DT, TT, and BCG should not be frozen. No vaccine should be exposed to direct sunlight. The various types of devices which are used to maintain the cold chain system are refrigerator, walk-in cooler, ice bag, thermocol boxes, and freezer. Now, in next part we are going to see about the national immunization schedule. The immunization is a mass means of protecting large number of population. Each country has its own immunization schedule based on their local needs. The Indian version of national immunization schedule protect the children against 6 vaccine preventable diseases like diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, polio, tuberculosis, measles, as mentioned below, and the different age groups, vaccines given, number of doses and routes of administration, and the beneficiaries is enlisted in the given picture. Now in next part we are going to see about hospital acquired infection or nosocomial infection. Hospital acquired or nosocomial infections are the infections acquired by the patient after they have been admitted to hospital, and prior to the hospital admission the patient do not have the said infection. Common nosocomial infection includes infection of urinary tract, respiratory tract, alimentary tract, wound infection, skin infection, and septicemia. Whereas the control and prevent is very easy if we follow the following steps. To achieve this, a committee need to be appointed in the hospital, and they need to monitor following aspects on regular basis, like cleanliness in hospital, proper sterilization of instruments and maintaining aseptic condition wherever required, controlling overuse of the antibiotic, maintaining health and hygiene of the hospital, avoiding food contamination, proper isolation of the infectious patient. Now in this video we have covered the types of immunity, that is active immunity, passive immunity, herd immunity, difference between the active and passive immunity, how to store the vaccine, what is national immunization schedule, and what is mean by hospital acquired infection. Thank you for watching this video.